Society believes that if an older gay man is alone on a Saturday night, there must be something wrong with him. The larger gay community puts pressure on gay men to always be seen and always be partnered. And if you're not partnered, to always be hunting for your next lay. The truth is, many older men aren't alone because they've been rejected. They're alone because they've done the calculation and decided belonging is just far too expensive. My name is Frank Schneider, my friends call me Fritz, and this is Daddy Bear America. So let's start by defining what loneliness is versus strategic solitude. First of all, loneliness is chasing something, wanting the phone to ring, wanting people to want you, and seeking validation from those people while those people aren't actually that willing to give you validation. Solitude is very different. Solitude is deciding to be alone, that you've realized what makes you happy, and it isn't necessarily seeking validation from others. That what makes you happy is an inner calmness and a balance within you. For many of us, as we get older, and specifically into our 50s, we start to realize that chasing validation from the gay community is actually a source of stress and anxiety, and it actually doesn't reward us with a whole lot. It doesn't give us a lot in return. And that actually this seeking out and wanting sort of friendship, gay community is just a deep exercise in causing yourself anxiety. The feeling that oftentimes we are trying to belong to a group that is constantly telling us they don't want us. And if you feel this way, comment down in the comment section because I think a lot of us can identify with this. And this is what this channel is all about. So if you like this message, do me a favor and click the subscribe button. We come out with videos 2 times a week. And if you like material like this, then click the like button. Also, if you want to contribute financially to the message and the meaning of these videos and this channel, click the join button. That contributes about the price of a cup of coffee to me to help me buy equipment and write fresh scripts just for you guys on a weekly basis. We've realized it doesn't feel good to have to perform for people, and that by choosing to be alone in solitude, doing the things that we want to do or around the people that we choose to be around, that you don't have to perform and that feels very good. Choosing to be around people who don't want you or that need you to perform for them so that they can reward you with validation, excluding yourself from such activities is not somehow loneliness, that is sanity. The truth is, a lot of the gay culture scene is a liability, and as we get older, we start doing a return on investment analysis and deciding, well, what am I getting out of this versus what am I investing? Like basic sort of economics 101. So when we're contributing to the gay community, let's take a look at the various scenes that we might involve ourselves in. And what they are all about. A lot of the gay scene is about, sex. And while sex is great, it's a quick thing that we can do together to make sort of each other feel good, but most of the time it's very self-absorbed and it's about the person getting off, not somehow you working with your partner to make your partner feel good. A lot of the gay scene is just very self-absorbed. And it's oftentimes mixed with drugs and alcohol, whether it's in the bars or in the bedroom scene where a lot of gay guys like to do drugs and have sex. Then you have the bars, which we mentioned, which is alcohol. And, frankly, guys, these messages, like a lot of these activities, are just not wholesome activities. Sorry, gay culture. doesn't seem like a very wholesome thing to be doing, like having sex and doing drugs. So this comes down to return on investment. Why should I involve myself in something that is oftentimes associated with just not great behavior? And the other aspects of the gay community are a lot of drama, a lot of stress, and a lot of dogmatic politics where you need to agree, and there's stress in agreeing with something that you don't agree with internally. So if people are saying men are women and that men can have babies, and your internal scientific sort of knowledge base is saying, wait, that can't be true, if you disagree, you are cast out of the group, the club, the evening events. So as a lot of gay event managers have said, I'm sorry, we're not doing this tonight if you want to talk about that. At which point you're like, okay, so did I just get rejected? Like I got tossed out of this because I am like kind of adamant that men can't have babies. It seems kind of crazy because it's literally insanity. It's a cult. So if you're like me, and a lot of guys in this channel are, you've just decided, listen, the liability here is just way too much. If I say the wrong thing, I get tossed out. If I don't do the right things, or I don't get acknowledgement, or I don't get validation, the scene is often littered with drugs and alcohol. And not to mention the stress and the drama that's associated with a lot of the LGBT community. And, you know, you don't have to go too far. Like, even some of the responses to these videos are quite stress-inducing and dramatic, which just proves my point. So us older guys have an invisible advantage. We've decided that a lot of us just don't want to be a part of this group, and that also allows us to see more clearly what exactly is happening within the group, because we are, by the very nature of it, outsiders. And we see what I indicated looks to be the makings of a cult. We're invisible because we're older, and so younger men really don't see us a lot, that we're not on their radar. And we have the outsider advantage, so we are now outsiders peering into a system and sort of getting to see. And if you're inside the system, you're not seeing the negative, the side effects, the negativity, the drama, the stress that's within the system, because insiders have normalized all of this. Outsiders have not. And so we see it and we're just like, whoa, this is not great behavior. This doesn't look like a scene I want to be involved in. I am actively choosing not to be a part of this simply for self-preservation. Like, I don't want this in my life because I'd prefer to live a happy life, and whatever that is doesn't look like happiness to us. Furthermore, we get to express our sovereignty, and this is through our solidarity, to use these big, 10-cent words or whatever. Basically means that we get to be on our own, and once we're comfortable being on our own, which is an overcoming of certain societal pressures that encourage people to want to be with other people like yourself, and if you're not, you've been rejected. We reject that whole notion. The idea that we are now comfortable with ourselves, we are balanced, and we have become very comfortable spending time with our own thoughts, listening to our own thoughts, and doing what we want to do. If I want to watch a TV program, or let's just say, I actually enjoy doing the work that I do, which happens to be making videos for you, then yeah, I'm going to want to do this. And it doesn't mean that I need 10 people here, causing drama and stress and telling me what I need to believe. Maybe I just like making videos for us, and that is really stress reducing, and it's cathartic. And we build our own communities outside of the overwhelming gay community that tends to tell us what we need to believe. Meanwhile, I can eat what I want, do what I want. I'm the captain of this ship every Saturday night if I want to spend it alone. And it's pretty great. I can, watch whatever YouTube I want. If I want to go work out, I can go work out. Or if I want to, make videos or just do something fun, I can do that all. I think it's important that while we're talking about solitude as this major benefit, there is a warning or a danger zone to solitude. And I think what that is something that I was just talking to Bill about last night, is that while a lot of us are very good at being on our own and enjoying our own time alone, what you do need to have is discipline so that you don't fall apart or you don't fall into the bottle. And this is a problem. A lot of people find that when they retire, gay or straight, they weren't prepared for what it's like to not really have the same type of purpose that you used to have. A lot of us become our identity is what we do as our job. And so we find that we're looking forward to retiring, and then we move into retirement and we realize our purpose just faded away. And so a lot of people during this retirement phase don't know what to do with themselves. They don't have discipline because the discipline that they had was created by their 9-to-5 job, and that just disappeared. So what's important if we're going to really practice solitude and really exemplify our own sovereignty and enjoy our time alone, whether that's taking care of ourselves, taking care of our bodies, taking care, caring for your own aesthetic, your clothes. This is all discipline. Whether you're going to take care of your skin and your diet, whether you're going to work out, whether you're going to spend time doing things that enable mental and emotional elasticity so that you're exercising your brain and not just looking forward to, your cocktail at 5 p.m. or something like that, which I do. I love my cocktails. But I also spend a good portion of the day doing things that people wouldn't naturally describe as, fun, but are work and give me great joy to complete. Or while I'm in the process of doing these things, it's a very rewarding process. It's like making these videos, or like practicing a musical instrument, or learning a foreign language, or reading a really great book, whether it's science fiction or history, expanding your mind, something that Bill and I really enjoy at night, which sort of is a bit of entertainment, and depending on who you are. We watch Jeopardy every night, and we have a great deal of fun just playing against each other and playing with the TV, answering questions that maybe we didn't think we knew. So I also think it's very important, as I stress from time to time, to take care of yourself, whether it's eating or maybe taking care of your fingernails, or just taking really good care of your teeth, which I had sort of slacked off on. I went to the dentist yesterday for the first time in a while. Mostly good news, so that's fine. Or taking care of your skin and your nails and just trimming and, potentially just looking good for a potential opportunity that might spring up with a younger man in your life, or maybe somebody you haven't met yet. There was a time when I was on the market, and I went to a Radio Shack, which for you younger guys might not know what that is, but us older guys know. And I saw this really hot guy there, and I went in there 2 or 3 times and finally worked up the nerve to ask him out. And we got together. We were friends for a period of time, and we became sort of interested in each other. We had some sort of emotional and very physical connections. It was a few firsts in sort of my soon-to-be experiences. And, he did things to me, and it was kind of wonderful. He was a very handsome, like, sort of Scottish silver polar bear type guy, and it was hot. So anyway, that happens. So you do want to, like, have discipline to take care of yourself, because you never know what might happen. So how do you do this if you want to go about expressing and exemplifying your solitude, not as a form of being rejected, but as taking power and control over your own experience? Well, the truth is, you must build a fortress. And to this fortress, there are 3 pillars. So let's start off with the first pillar. Pillar number 1, you must take care of yourself and be strong. You must be able to lift. And this is an emotional lift, but it's also a physical lift. If we're going to be on our own, we have to have some physical capability. And that means taking care of your body physically. So if you can exercise, I strongly recommend that. If you can go for walks, daily walks, to keep your muscles active and your heart active and your lungs active. These are very important. Getting your blood flowing every day is extremely important to maintaining longevity and being able to move. I would also recommend exercising those other parts down there as much as you can, because it is a use it or lose it mentality, and physically and maintaining erections, all of that. Continue to use it, guys, even if you're exemplifying your solidarity. Pillar number 2, your environment is your sanctuary. And this I have always taken to heart. I think a lot of us gay guys really know that environment is very important. Lighting is very important. Comfort, creature comforts, not just taking care of your body, but also being comfortable in your space. So yeah, and not letting things that should bug you be within your presence. I mean, if you have something that's like sort of icky, or maybe those dishes need to be put away, maybe the blanket needs to be washed, maybe the underwear that you're wearing needs to be thrown out because it's starting to get holes in it. These are all things that we in solitude can sort of look past. It's very important that we're keeping up appearances, not for other people anymore, but for ourselves. So that when I look at myself, I think, yeah, I like this, I'm comfortable, and I'm comfortable in my space. And if someone were to walk into my space, they would say, wow, this is nice, I feel very comfortable here. Yeah, that's important. So pillar number 3 is quite possibly the most important. It's taking care of your mind. So pillar number 1 was taking care of your body, doing all the things. I think moisturizing is very important, especially in the winter here, which is something that I neglected when I was younger. Taking care of your space so that it's in order. This is pillar number 2. And so pillar number 3 is taking care of your mind. And this is what we referred to earlier, is that encouraging neurological elasticity so that you're doing things that aren't necessarily easy for your mind to do, whether it's crossword puzzles or learning a foreign language, learning an instrument that maybe you put off earlier in life. Or continuing on these missions. Maybe it's picking up some physical or visual art that maybe you had an interest in early in life and you set aside because we got involved in our careers. Maybe we have a little more time with our solitude that we can start painting or doing sculpture, which I did do early in life and I wouldn't mind getting back to. Also, like Jeopardy, we refer to reading books. Trivia is great. You know, I'm also starting to get back into chemistry a little bit and some of the physical sciences that I was very involved in early in life, physics, chemistry, some of the other, math. Not really. Nope, not doing math. Sorry, guys. Anyway, these are all examples of things that we can be doing to continue our quest towards improvement, even if we're by ourselves. And this is also for the possibility that potentially somebody could join us in the future, even if we are very invested in our solidarity and really enjoy just being alone on a Saturday night, getting to do what we want to do. If somebody were to join us, they could, and we would be open to that. And if they did, they would ultimately be very impressed with us. And this is a side effect. This is not a goal. This is not something that's in the back of our minds, or I would say shouldn't be, but you can do what you want to do. But if it did happen, that would be fine too. A lot of us later in life entertain the idea of getting a partner or getting a relationship and just ultimately decide this is a lot of work and maybe too much work and maybe it isn't worth it. And the truth is, maybe it isn't, because relationships are a lot of work. And anybody who's being honest with you will tell you that. So with that, take care of yourselves, guys. Eat right, get exercise, take care of your skin, your nails, your teeth. As you get older, you are looking good. You are actually getting more handsome. A lot of you are getting more handsome. This is such a great thing that guys get to do that, frankly, women don't. So let's take care of ourselves, keep looking good, and maybe a younger guy will catch your eye, and maybe you caught his eye, which is like the best of worlds, especially if you're very comfortable being alone and then you maybe get a younger man to join you for some extracurricular activities, if you know what I mean, guys. Do some self-improvement with another man. How great. I love this. All right, that is this video. Thank you to my supporting members. If you want to become a supporting member, the join button is down there. Super helpful to the channel. Click like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace.